God certainly promised tremendous blessing upon his people when they walked in obedience with him. He also promised great hardship if they were to enter into this agreement and then renege on it by disobeying its terms. So this was the privilege and the price of being his treasured people. But at the end of the day, it was their choice. Would it be blessing or curse? Well, welcome to this week's Shabbat Shalom devotional, when I seek to share a little inspiration and bring a little peace to the close of your very busy week. This week's Torah portion comes from Deuteronomy 26, verse 1 through 29, verse 8. It's called Ki Tavo, when you enter, meaning when you enter the land. Now, all of Deuteronomy has just been about preparing the people to enter the promised land. And in 26 verses 8 through 9 this week, we see that even the Exodus is connected to entering the land. Everything is now being prepared to be connected to entering that land. This week we also finished reading all those stipulations and commandments that were a part of God's covenant. And we enter now into the section of penalties or rewards. In other words, blessings or curse. Well, first we start out with blessing, thank goodness. And boy, are they great. I want to read them to you from 28 verses 1 through 14. Please stick with me. Now it shall come to pass, if you diligently obey the voice of the Lord your God, to observe carefully all of his commandments which I command you today, that the Lord your God will set you high above all nations of the earth. And all these blessings shall come upon you and overtake you, because you obey the voice of the Lord your God. Blessed shall you be in the city, and blessed shall you be in the country. Blessed shall be the fruit of your body, the produce of your ground, and the increase of your herds, the increase of your cattle, and the offspring of your flocks. Blessed shall be your basket and your kneading bowl. Blessed shall you be when you come in, and blessed shall you be when you go out. The Lord will cause your enemies to rise against you, to be defeated before your face. They shall come out against you one way and flee before you 7 ways. The Lord will command the blessing on you in your storehouses and in all to which you set your hand. He will bless you in the land which the Lord your God is giving you. The Lord will establish you as a holy people to himself, just as he has sworn to you, if you keep the commandments of the Lord your God and walk in his ways. Then all peoples of the earth shall see that you are called by the name of the Lord, and they shall be afraid of you. And the Lord will grant you plenty of goods in the fruit of your body, in the increase of your livestock, and in the produce of your ground, in the land in which the Lord swore to your fathers to give to you. The Lord will open to you his good treasure, the heavens, to give the rain to your land in its season, and to bless all the work of your hand. You shall lend to many nations, but you shall not borrow. And the Lord will make you the head and not the tail. You shall be above only and not beneath. Wow, I want those blessings, don't you? That the blessings would overtake his children. That's what I want, Lord. I want to be overtaken by blessing. But then we read about the curses, the hardships that would come from disobedience. It's a long section. I'm not going to read it all, but I just want to jump to the end of it, where it talks about that really the last step in judgment would be exile from the land. And this is what it says. This is 28 verses 63b through 66a. You shall be plucked from off the land which you go to possess. Then the Lord will scatter you among all peoples, from one end of the earth to the other, and there you shall serve other gods, which neither you nor your fathers have known, wood and stone. And among those nations you shall find no rest, nor shall the sole of your foot have a resting place. But there the Lord will give you a trembling heart, failing eyes, and anguish of soul. Your life shall hang in doubt before you. You shall fear day and night and have no assurance of life. It goes on, but that's a taste of what exile would be. Now, Moses calls them to stand before the Lord and to accept the covenant. This is what he says in 29 verses 12 through 13. That you may enter into covenant with the Lord your God and into his oath, which the Lord your God makes with you today, that he may establish you today as a people for himself, and that he may be God to you, just as he has spoken to you, and just as he has sworn to your fathers, to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. So you see, this was all a part of the plan and covenant God had made with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. The exodus from Egypt was because of what he had promised Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, which was that their people would inherit this land and they would be his people. All of this in order to bring them in to the land promised to Abraham. What a journey! What a covenant! What a God of the covenant that we all serve. With that, I wish you Shabbat Shalom.